Yo, what is good? What's going on? Today I want to talk to you a bit about some strategies you can use to really start moving towards having that body you want to have, right? And having that life you want to have, being able to be out on the beach and have abs and just look like the guys you see on social media, look like the guys you see on the beach, right? Because all men, especially if you're a young guy, you desire to look that way. And, if you don't, right? If you don't have that physique yet, it's actually very painful, right? And I personally experienced this because a few years ago I was in the same position. I had a decent amount of belly fat that I had put on. I was not really training, so my arms were kind of skinny, and I just really didn't like the way I looked. Okay, and I knew that I could do better. I knew that I had more in me. I had more potential because growing up, I had been, an athletic kid. I had been kind of lean. I was never the fat kid, but I was also never like I was never really like the big bulky guy either. I was just kind of like this lean, athletic kind of kid, and I had a decent amount of muscle tone. But as I got older, my habits started to get worse. And once I got out of my teenage years and I had more freedom of being able to get the food I wanted, to be able to do, to drink and to do all these other habits, my habits started to get worse and worse and worse, especially during the whole COVID thing. And I started to drift in a negative direction. And I just ended up with a physique that I really didn't like. So now I'm on a journey to just share this information, relay back to you what works, and offer you my help if you need it. So some things that you can really do is to really think about changing your mindset. Now, I know you hear a lot of people say mindset, but I'm talking about it in a different way. It's like you change your mindset, which changes the way you act every day and the actions you take every day. It's not just like some weird, like, oh, just think differently, bro. No. So the mindset that has brought you to where you are right now, okay, where you have got too much fat on you, not enough muscle, you don't have that ripped look. The mindset that's brought you there is what's called an instant gratification mindset. And what does that really mean? Well, to put it simply, what it means is you chase pleasure over your goals, right? So let's just say, for example, you want abs, you want to be shredded, you want to look fucking just cut up on the beach, right? Well, guess what, bro? The reality is you have an instant gratification mindset, because instead of doing what it takes to get to that goal, you'd rather go down to the store and buy some chips and some soda and some ice cream, right? Instead of actually keeping up with your macros, you'd rather just go and, play video games or drink or smoke weed. So that's the reality. You have an instant gratification mindset. You chase things that are pleasurable now in the moment, and then you deal with the pain later on. Versus what I'm talking about is you build a delayed gratification mindset, which means you do what feels kind of uncomfortable right now so that you can have the pleasure later. So instead of going down to the store and grabbing that ice cream, those chips, the soda, right? That's not going to fit in your macros for the day. Instead, what you do is you look and you see, hey, is this going to fit in my macros? And you say, not really. Okay, so I'm not going to go get it because I know in the future I want abs. So that's what's called delayed gratification. You set that ice cream back down. You put those chips back. You put that soda back into the cooler where you got it, because you know that that's just going to build more fat onto you, and then you're never going to have the abs that you want to have. And you know that because in the future you want to have abs. So it's called delayed gratification. You're delaying that pleasure until the future. That's a key mindset that you need to adopt, because this is going to serve you not just in your fitness journey, but across life in general, bro. This is how I was able to transform my life and go from being a guy who was completely out of shape, right? Who had built all these negative habits, was drinking a lot, smoking a lot, eating a bunch of processed foods, right? Still, dealing with porn and trying to overcome that, to the guy now who's mastered his daily habits, gotten to the point where I built the physique that I pretty much always wanted to have. I'm still growing, and I'm still going even further than that. But I've completely changed my life and transformed. How? It's through the delayed gratification mindset. It's through my daily habits being changed. And so when you adopt this mindset of delaying gratification and stop going for the instant gratification, which is just pleasure in the moment, I want it right now, so I'm going to have it. That is when you'll start to see your life finally change, okay? You'll start to see the fat coming off. You'll start to see the muscle being built, because these things take time. And in order for you to be able to actually see those results, you got to put in the work. But you never will put in the work. You'll never do what's necessary if all you do is go after pleasure in the moment. So this is really key for you to understand. That's the first thing that I want to focus on. The second thing is, just like I've been mentioning, is your daily habits. What do you do on a daily basis? Let me ask you that right now. What do you do on a daily basis to be working towards getting abs? You say you want abs, you say you want to be ripped, right? You say you want to be like these guys you see on social media, like the guys you see in the movies, the guys who basically, go to the beach and the girls are all looking at them. They walk up and talk to a girl and easily get her number just because, they stand out from every other guy and they've put in the work and they're confident and they believe in themselves. You say you want to be like that guy. But the reality is, do you? Because if you're not putting in the work, if you haven't changed the daily habits, then I'm not so sure that you really want it. Like, you might actually be more comfortable being fat. You might be more comfortable being this insecure guy who's got a bunch of belly fat, skinny arms, who doesn't even work out at all. You might be more comfortable in that position. But that's the question you have to ask yourself. Are you more comfortable staying there than actually moving forward? Because if you are, you're never going to move. You have to feel a level of pain in order to actually progress and move forward. See, the reason I actually started to really work out and take shit seriously, and I started just hammering the weight 6 days a week, I started really keeping it, honing in on my macros. The reason why was because I felt pain. I felt pain because I had gone on this trip, okay? Me and my girlfriend at the time, well, why not just say at the time? At the time that we went down there, she's still my girlfriend, but whatever. We had gone down on a trip, right? And we had gone down to, down in Florida. I live in Massachusetts, right? So we're always in the Northeast. It's always cold up here. So we always try to take a trip down somewhere warm. So we had gone down to Florida. We'd been out on this beach and we took a trip out to this island. And we'd had these jet skis. It was so much fun. We were having fun. I wasn't really thinking about anything at the time. I wasn't really thinking about my physique, right? Because like I told you, growing up, I had always kind of been this more lean, muscular, athletic kind of person. So I never really was anywhere near fat. I wasn't like jacked or anything, but I wasn't fat either. And so we had gotten to this island, right? We had been jet skiing all day. We got to this island and we got out and it was just a great time. The sun was out, everything was beautiful. And the guy, offered to take us some pictures. So we took some pictures and afterwards I was looking at my picture and I was like, bro, what the fuck has happened to me? Like, what has honestly happened to me? Because I had never really seen a picture like that. And that one picture really changed my entire life, if I think about it. Because at the time, it was actually painful for me to see. I was like, damn, like, I don't look good, bro. I don't look the way I want to look. I don't like it at all. And so that was a painful moment for me. And it really jolted me awake and made me go, hey, I got to get on my shit. I got to actually start to make progress and get into the gym and start working out. And so once we left, we went down to Miami for a bit and then we came back and I was like, all right, this is it. And so, a couple months later, it did take me a couple months to actually get focused and get going. A couple months later, the winter started to come around, fall came around, the winter started to come around, and I just started going in. November, I think I signed up in maybe September, October, November, I was like full swing in, going 6 days a week, okay? And so this is what I mean by you have to have pain. That story I just told you, that is a story of me going through a painful experience that jolted me awake and made me go, hey, I need to move forward. I need to actually get better because my life is not the way I need it to be. And so when you get that painful moment, it could be like me, similar to me, like on the beach, you took a photo, you didn't like it. It could just be every day when you wake up in the mirror. That's your conscience telling you, bro, that you need to actually change. You need to change your life. You need to change your daily habits because what you're doing is bringing you in the wrong direction. And so if you don't listen to that conscience, think about where you're going to be. Think about where you'll be in 3 years from now, 4 years from now, even just a year from now. Think about where you're going to be. Your conscience is going to be, your conscience is telling you like your daily habits are so important and they're so like going in the wrong direction that if you continue, you're just going to experience more and more and more pain. And you don't want that. I don't want that for you. This is why I'm making this video. I'm trying to persuade you and convince you to stop going down this road because it's just painful. So that's the thing, bro. If you want abs, listen to your conscience and change your daily habits. Please, 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 please listen to it. It's trying to give you a message, right? And whether you believe in God or the universe, your conscience is almost like it's almost like a channel from a message from the universe or God telling you like, this is wrong, this is right, this is what you need to do. So listen to it. So now that we've covered that aspect, okay, let me just talk a bit more about the daily habits. So there's a few key daily habits that you need to focus on when you're trying to get abs, when you're trying to get a six pack. And those key daily habits are this. Number one is focusing in on your macros. If you do not track, the reality is you're never going to know what it is that you're missing. So for example, if you run down to the store and you grab some ice cream, you grab some chips, you grab this, you grab that, you don't know what you're eating. You don't know how much of it. You don't know what's in it. You don't know if you're hitting the right amount of protein that you need for your goals. You don't know if you're just eating a bunch of things that's going to make you more fat. You don't really know anything, bro. So you need to start to track. Okay, you need to start to track your macros, and you need to start to get focused in on them and dial those in so that you're in that deficit and so that you can actually start to burn the fat and build the muscle. It's the only way you're going to get there, bro. You're not going to, don't listen to these people who go, oh, you don't need to track, man. You don't need to do any of that. Just eat healthy. It's like, bro, come on. You're never going to just completely start giving up processed food. You're not just going to go on some extreme diet where you're not eating any processed foods. That takes time. That takes time for you to actually acclimate to that. It's very rare and very few people that will actually completely shift and not ever eat any more processed foods and just go eat super healthy. That's probably not going to be you, because you probably enjoy having an ice cream. You probably enjoy having, some pie here and there, or you probably enjoy having like some chips here and there or whatever. So for you, if you're going to continue to eat any amount of processed foods ever, you need to learn how to track. Beyond that, it's an important skill for you to develop as a young man, because you need to learn discipline. You need to get that habit built into your mindset of discipline and actually controlling what you put in your mouth, okay? You need to learn that because we live in a society with so much crap. You don't understand. These corporations, these big companies are literally out to keep us fat, okay? That's how I got to where I was. I was eating a bunch of processed foods and I wasn't really exercising like I should have been. That's how I got to where I was. They want you to get in that position because the fatter you get, okay, the fatter you get, the more out of shape you get, the worse your cardio gets, the less muscle you have, the more likely you are to develop these diseases, right? Develop diseases, develop depression, and guess what? Guess what's on the back end? And look, I don't even know if I should really be saying this on YouTube, but the reality is this, bro. Listen closely. These people want you to get fat. They want you to be depressed. Why? Because then they can sell you the solution or the fix. And what is that? Oh, now you got to go to the other corporations, which is big pharma. And now they're going to sell you, some antidepressants. They're going to sell you some sort of weight loss or fat loss supplement or some bullshit like Ozempic or whatever to get you to lose weight because your daily habits suck so bad that you can't do it yourself. And that's just facts. I mean, that may offend some people, that might scare some people, but it's the truth, man. So these corporations, they develop these products, they put a lot of sugar, they put a lot of addictive chemicals in them to make you fat, to give you diseases, to make you depressed, so that their partners, right, big pharma, they can then send you over to them and they can give you the not the real solution, which is changing your mindset and your daily habits like I'm offering. No. They're going to give you a fake solution that's going to keep you buying from them over and over and over again because you're going to continue to need them. Right? You're going to continue to need those antidepressant pills. You're going to continue to need, whatever bullshit they're going to send you for speeding up your metabolism or supplements or whatever crap they have to lose fat, okay? When all it requires is for you to change your mindset and change your daily habits. So that's just the truth. You got to track, you got to know what you're eating, especially if you're going to be eating any of these processed foods because they're very dangerous, they're very full of toxins, and they're very full of sugar that keeps you addicted. The next thing is really to make sure that you actually start to train. Okay, this is basic stuff. Like, this is basic stuff you've heard before, but the problem is you don't take action on it. That's the problem. You watch YouTube videos, and I'm guilty of this too, and trust me, these past few years, the amount of content I've consumed and didn't take action on is crazy. That's why I can call you out on it, because I've done it. And the reality is you're going to continue to watch videos, but you're not going to take action. And your situation is just going to continue to stay the same and get worse and worse and worse and worse, and the pain is just going to increase. So take action on what I'm saying in this video. You need to train, whether that be at your house, just doing some calisthenics, like some pull-ups, some push-ups, sit-ups, okay? Whether that be in a gym or a home gym, you're gonna have to start to train. You need resistance so you can build muscle. You need resistance to increase your testosterone. You need resistance to build muscle and to lose fat. It's just the way it works. It's just the way it works, okay? Hiking, running, all that stuff, that's great for your heart and for cardio, but you as a young man need to be building muscle and losing fat, bro. There's no way about it. There's no way to circumnavigate this so that you don't have to put in hard work. That's what I mean, the instant gratification mindset. That's another thing that they try to give you so that you don't put in the hard work and so you stay average and mediocre. So just do that negative visualization of you a year from now. If you don't change your habits, where are you going to be? You're going to be in a worse situation. You're going to be even more fat. You're going to have even less muscle. You're going to be more depressed, even less attractive, like less confident, less belief in yourself because you're continuing to go down a negative path. If you don't want to be there, you want to get out of there, understand this. In the link in the description, I have a free school community. Join that group. In that group, I have a free masterclass that's going to walk you through in more detail what exactly steps I took in order to get abs, in order to get ripped, change my daily habits, and change my life, bro. You don't have forever. This is the thing that people don't understand. Like, my 20s is going by so fast right now, and it's going to happen to you too. It's just going to start flying by. It's going to be year after year after year. You're going to start noticing, oh, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Next thing you know, you'll be 30 and 35. And your life is just flashing before your eyes, and you're not taking action, okay? Because you're afraid to change, because your brain it doesn't want you to change. So take action. Click that link in the description. It's just a free group you can join. It's my group. Join my free group. There's a free a masterclass that's just going to walk you through more detailed steps of how to get the result that you want, okay? That's going to be it. I hope you found this valuable. If you have any questions, you have any tips, you want to just put something in the comments that will help someone else out who's viewing this video, leave it down below, man. Start a conversation. There's nothing, you can ask me a question. I'll do my best to respond. I'm pretty busy, so I don't always respond to comments, all right? That's basically it. I hope you found some of this helpful and useful. Just make sure you implement it. You don't just sit here and go watching 10 other videos and you don't implement anything. All right, bro. Peace.